Uh, have you? I know you've done go-karts before, but have you ever been to any of those like high-speed go-kart places?
No, I want to. I really do, but
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So yesterday, Jackson and I went to this place that's over here. That's just like that. It's like a high-speed
Hmm.
go-kart. I think the fastest they can go, they said, is like a little over 40 miles per hour.
Oh, okay.
Um, and it's one of these racetracks that's like, what is it like? Uh, it has all these different levels, multiple dips and dives, different levels, uh, hairpin turns, all this stuff, and goes, I don't know, up and down. I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah, it was pretty slick, man. It was cool. It was not cheap per se, um, per race, but it was still a really good time. I think like each race is like $30
Wow.
unless you do multiple races, and then after that the price goes down a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, man, we did it. We did two races, and it is crazy. It is going that fast in a little go kart. It's wild, but yeah, it's a good time. I'm gonna send you the link.
That's
I'm
cool.
gonna, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, he got his driver's permit, learner's permit, right?
yeah, yeah. He just got it the other
Oh
day. Yeah,
boy, watch out, Utah.
man. I'm telling you what, man.
Mm.
It's
They let's see. It'll be when can they get their license in Utah? Like the actual that they don't have to ride with somebody.
I think. Well, I'm trying to think. I know they get their license at 16, but I
Okay.
think they have to. I know they have to ride with somebody with the learner's permit, but I think after they get their license, they don't
Hmm.
have to ride with a licensed driver. But they have to be on your insurance, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, he got that, and the day that he got it, we let him drive. He went and picked up we went and picked up his grandma over here, and then we went and celebrated at this little restaurant. We used our little gift card that we had and got some burgers, and he drove there, there and back. And beforehand, we wouldn't really let him get on. Beforehand, we wouldn't really wouldn't let him get on like the big roads, like the major roads,
Hmm.
just sort of like back roads. And so this time he got on, like larger, faster, more cars, and he did good. He did really good.
That's cool.
Um,
That's good.
I could see that he's trying to still gain his confidence from like doing like turns and stuff like that. Especially like turns at lights when you have other cars turning with you.
Hmm.
Um, so he's working on that. And then also this one place, the place where we went to eat, it's this shopping center that like all the turns are really tight. And so he went in, he drove, turned into the shopping center going a little fast, and
Oh
ended up
shit.
going on the wrong side of the median,
Oh shit.
because he was like, the car behind me was going so fast. And I was like, dude, don't worry about the car behind you. You dictate what they're doing, pretty much
Hmm.
by your speed. And thankfully there was no cars coming up the other side. Um, but he quickly learned it, and everybody was freaked out in the truck a little bit. And then yeah, and then but he did fine, he did good.
That's good. Real
Yeah.
good.
Yep, yep, yep. But yeah, that's that. What if I did this? What if I did this instead? What if I just did this, turn that to the sky, and then turn this to my face? Maybe that works out better.
Yeah. It's a nice
Um,
little track, man. It's
yeah,
pretty good.
it was really cool. If you could find videos of it, I would say check that out. They don't let you take any cameras in there. You can't take your keys, nothing.
Oh, that's
Just
cool.
because you're going so fast, and a lot of those turns are really tight.
Hmm.
So some could just fly out. Uh, and they also like basically outlaw bumping,
Right.
um, and stuff like that. So and if you're going slow, they have like signs up throughout the track that they'll like put the flag out, and they say let somebody pass you, or
Right,
whatever because you're
right.
going too slow. So yeah, it's a slick place.
It's
I
really
really
nice.
enjoyed it. So yeah, I wonder if I could put this on that spider thing. Let me see. Let me see. Do I have a thing for that still? Did I throw it away? Uh, this might work. Trying to find a way to put this phone. I have a little like spider tripod thing over here, and
Mhm.
if I could set my phone up on it, and at least I could have something better than trying to hold my phone this whole time. Yeah, I think this will work. All right, give me a second. Let's see here. I have a gimbal tripod I could use, but it you know, it basically is like, what is it, like battery operated or whatever. So after like so long, if there's no usage of it, it will just basically turn off. Here we go. Let's try this now. Yes. Oh, dang. Okay. There we go. We'll just use the phone for now with some of this trash in the back. What is that? This thing. Okay. What happened to the stand for this guy? Must have disappeared. Okay. This will be slightly less crazy looking. All right. That's better. I'll go with that. Okay.
Have you ever
All
heard of
right.
Walnut Grove High School?
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
It's
Yeah.
it's a new high school in here in Texas, like Prosper, Texas. I know you've heard of Prosper,
Yeah.
Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just built a new
Yeah.
school. It just opened last
Hmm.
week. Sucker
Hmm.
cost $120 million.
Wow.
It it when you I don't know if I should even talk about it on the show. I don't even know. I mean, we're already recording, so
Yeah,
it's whatever.
do it.
$120 million. It says this place rivals most Division 1 colleges.
Wow.
It's
That's
nice.
insane.
It's real
Yeah.
nice. It has
That's
like a
insane.
mall style food court inside.
Hmm.
There's two. There's a basketball arena that sits over 2,000 people. There's their
Wow.
indoor football training facility. There's, of course, their big stadium. I
Hmm.
don't even know how much that holds. Their weight room is bananas, like
Yeah.
bananas, man.
Yeah. I saw their stadium. I thought it was, I thought, for some reason, I thought it was up to 10,000 people, something like that.
Yeah, the stadium, the football
A
stadium,
football
probably.
stadium. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. That's insane. Like, that's the whole town. Yeah. I saw
yeah.
that. I saw that, man. That's wild. That is the most, what do you call it? Like the richest zip code in the state or something like that. I
Well,
think they
yeah.
said.
I was looking at some of
Um,
those houses prices, and I was like, "Oh, we're not moving here."
yeah,
I think the minimum for a house is somewhere around 800,000.
yeah, that's crazy. It's wild though that I mean the city's name is Prosper, right? And
Yeah,
obviously
they
you could
prospering.
tell how well they prospered. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wild. Yeah, man. All right, well here let's get this going and we
Oh
could
yeah.
talk more about Prosper. So in three, two, one, and you can add that stuff in, I guess, if you want
Yeah.
to. We could just leave that all in. Anyway, on today's episode of the hashtag Blackout Podcast, it is the first NFL Sunday.
Mm.
And Jay and I are gonna give like little quick prediction of what we think our teams are gonna do.
Uh,
We'll talk about very expensive stadiums at high schools, and a few couple voicemails and a little other stuff. So all that and more on today's episode of the hashtag Blackout Podcast. Pew 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 pew.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, welcome back, and welcome back again. Episode 262 of the hashtag Blackout podcast. I am the one in Utah they call Spicy Jalapeno J.
And I'm just the one in Texas called Jay.
Yes, indeed. And then there's a third window up there, which is my computer window we are streaming on. But it has our beautiful picture of us jumping and firing all over the place with the hashtag Blackout podcast. Anyway, welcome back, y'all. Hopefully, y'all have had a great week.
Oh boy,
Jay and I were just as we were starting the show, we were talking about this high school in Prosper, Texas, that has, I mean, like a mall style food court. They have like humongous stadiums for probably pretty much for all their sports. And yeah, and you know what? I think I saw a video on Instagram right at the beginning of the school year of this guy showing off, the food court in his new high school. And so I think it was the same one. There was a Starbucks, there was a Panda Express, there's a Chick-fil-A,
Sonic.
I believe there's like a McDonald's, yeah, Sonic. Like, it's crazy, man. My high school was struggling to get like Crispitos, like those plastic burrito, like packaged burritos. Burgers and fries, chili cheese fries was the best you can get it at my high school.
I couldn't even tell you because I didn't even eat lunch at my high school. We snuck off campus to go get some food from McDonald's. Yeah, we wasn't trying to eat there. I look at this high school and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
It's the type of high school that make you want to fail and come back to high school the following year.
Right? It's like you don't even want to leave high school.
Just to extend your stay. That's how crazy big it is.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, man, it's very nice that there's schools that have that opportunity to be able to do that. Obviously, there's schools that don't, but for the ones that do, man, that's wild.
They were talking about Houston's school district, and how what were they saying? They're closing down a lot of schools. No, I'm sorry. They're closing down a lot of libraries in Houston and turning those into detention centers.
Wow.
And I found something I just found that very strange, very weird and wild. You got primarily Black and brown community down in Houston that are, they got to deal with that, turning their libraries that people go to learn in and, at least try to learn in. I don't know how many people actually go to the library nowadays. But, you're going to turn those into detention centers. That's just very wild.
So this is like the school detention center, right?
I'm not sure. I just saw, I don't think
like
it's not like
ISS or whatever.
It's not like a high school library. It's a like your local community library.
Like a public library?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find that right quick.
This is part of the stupidization of people. I really enjoyed going to the library when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
We didn't go all the time, but my mom, had a library card and we went there, enough. You know what I'm trying to say?
Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So this is for school libraries. So let's say for students in 28 schools throughout Houston, some libraries will be converted into rooms where students who have misbehaved will attend virtual lessons alone or in groups.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe the way it was presented to me and presented over the internet, maybe it's something else that's going on. But either way it goes, they're eliminating the libraries and housing misbehaved
that's
students.
Highly unfortunate, man. That's I don't know. That sucks. Yeah, my sister is a teacher down in the Houston area, but she's not in that district. But I have family that has taught there or done substituting there, and yeah, it's wild, man. It's really weird. I don't understand but I do also know that there's a lot going on with the Houston School District um, as a whole. I know that that basically like the city took over the district's curriculum and really took over the district to run it because they had a bad superintendent before, and I don't know. I can't remember if they got rid of him or that person got arrested and put in jail. I can't remember what the deal was, but basically the city had to take over the curriculum and just running it. So I don't know. There's a lot going on with that, and the wild thing is they're offering teachers like a crazy amount of money, people a crazy amount of money to come and be a teacher there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and really what I have also heard is like the lesson plans. So a lot of districts around the country, the teachers have to write their own lesson plan, or at least they have like a guidebook that they're supposed to use throughout the year, and then they could sort of build their plan based off of that and sort of mix and match and
Right.
uh, and sort of add what they want. But with the Houston one, what I believe I've heard is they have a lesson plan that they have to follow, and that's all they can teach, strictly off of that. And if they have what is it? If they have like a an administrator come in and see that you're deviating from the plan, then you could get fired. Like it's some crazy stuff. So hopefully they get that under control soon.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's wild.
Insane.
It's wild. Well, shout out to my Houston hometown. It's wild in those streets. So hopefully they get that under control.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you know what? Speaking of Houston, um, and speaking of the beginning of the new year, with the new year comes football.
Yes,
The
sir.
new school year, I guess, comes football. That's one of the things I always think about. Um, I'm from Houston. I was never really an Oilers fan, but I have been rooting for the
Well,
Texans since they came
you didn't
around.
like Warren Moon?
I mean, I like him as a player, but I didn't really like the
The whole
Oilers. So
team?
anybody on
Yeah,
the
I got you.
team, yeah, I wasn't really. And then, but I grew up a Giants fan, so
Yeah.
really, like Giants, and now, I'm rooting for the Texans. So I mean, I don't know, man. I think I don't know. I know that you're a Saints person, even though you don't follow like super strong. I know you're a Saints guy.
Yeah. It's hard for me to sit. I mean, I'm going to try this year, but the past few years have been like blah.
Yeah,
It's just been so to me because I have so much stuff to do. I can't
yeah,
sit locked into the TV all day.
yeah.
You know.
Well, I get you, but also, you guys have struggled with your quarterback for a while, since Drew Brees left. So now you got
Derek
Derek
Carr.
Carr.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully that will turn out well for y'all. Also, excuse me. Also, you have rookie running back from TCU, Kendre Miller.
Mm-hmm.
So that dude was a beast. I was sad that neither of my favorite teams picked him up in the
Yeah.
draft. That dude has been playing very well. So I think that's a good pickup for y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see how it goes, man. We got
Yeah,
preseason, of course, was pretty good.
yeah,
But that's just preseason. Anything
yeah,
could happen in this regular season, so
yeah.
we're gonna see how
That's
it
true.
goes. Who we play
That's
today?
true.
Tennessee. I think we play Tennessee today.
Yeah,
Do we? Yeah. So
sounds about right. Yeah,
we're gonna see
yeah.
how it goes.
Are y'all? Do you know if y'all are playing at Tennessee or y'all in New
It's
Orleans?
in New Orleans.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
I
That's
wish I could
good.
make a game. I really want to go to a game.
Yeah,
I was hoping they'd have played Dallas again this year, but then of
hmm
course I don't want to be in that stadium with a bunch of Dallas Cowboys fans. So
it's not always bad to be in the stadium with Dallas Cowboys fans. My
opposite.
experience. Yeah, no, no, no. My experience. Let me see. I went to one Giants game with my dad
Mhm.
uh, against the Cowboys. That was Sunday night football, or maybe it was Monday night football. I can't remember now. Um, excuse me. And then I've been to Dallas versus the Bears on a
Mhm.
Thanksgiving, and I also
Mhm.
went to Dallas versus the Steelers. And Steeler. It's crazy because if you are a fan of an opposing team, especially like a very popular and well followed opposing team, you're gonna be fine because there's gonna
Right.
be a lot of you there. There's
Yeah.
tons of Steeler fans at that game, tons of Steeler fans. At the one for the Bears, even though it was Thanksgiving, it was probably 40%, 30 to 40% Bears fans in the crowd. And then the Giants versus Dallas game, there was also a lot of Giants fans there, and this was all in Dallas at their old stadium. Have I been to a game at their new stadium? Yeah, I went Dallas versus Chargers at the new
Okay.
stadium, and yeah, it's interesting because I don't think that Dallas is a place where every now and then you will find some aggressive fans, but like for the most part, it's nothing like going to like Philadelphia, something like that, where they will literally fight you, anywhere between the stands to the parking lot. Dallas fans, they're at least cordial enough. There's a little Southern hospitality, unless you get somebody who's been drinking too much, who gets a little belligerent. But I never had a problem, at either of those events there. And the other thing is, they have obviously their ticket prices are sort of pricey for a regular seat, but that standing room only is not too bad.
Yeah.
And I know the cost used to be like $25 a ticket. I'm sure that's gone up now, but that's not too bad. And you can find, spots around the stadium to chill in, and you can see the game pretty well from anywhere. And you can even find seats once the game starts. So yeah, if there's ever a Saints game there, you should try to see if you can make that happen.
I'll try. Yeah, I would probably have to go solo, dolo, because kids ain't trying to sit through all that. And, my wife, she definitely ain't trying to sit through all that. But
that's funny. That's funny.
It was tough even going to baseball games, man. We get up in there, and you know how close those baseballs. Well, I hadn't been to the new stadium for baseball, ballpark. The new ballpark. So I don't know what the proximity of seat space is, but that old one, man, you were like crunched in. You had like this much between the person in front of you. So it was pretty tough.
Yeah, it's definitely that. I know in the upper level, yeah, that was always pretty tight. And then also I didn't like that steep incline up there.
Oh man.
But yeah, I don't know. I heard the new stadium's really nice. It's pretty open, and the seats are all pretty good. But yeah, with it being a sports stadium, I wouldn't expect too much room unless you were sitting like, right behind home plate type of thing,
True.
Where the good expensive seats are. So
yeah.
whatever.
I always just wanted to go sit like in that little open space in the outfield, where
in the grass.
In the grass.
Yeah,
just to watch. That looked so nice. Had a nice little picnic.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm trying to think over here. So over here we have minor league baseball team. It's like the AAA team for the Angels, and in the let's see here. The whole outfield, right behind the fence, it's a hill. It's like a little hill, just sort of like what you were talking about, grassy hill. You can get tickets for that, and I mean they're like $5 or something like that per person. And yeah, bring a blanket, bring a picnic, chill out there, maybe get a home run, but hang out. And for the most part, the only problem that I have with out there is for the most part it's in the sun unless they're playing like a night game or afternoon game, and the sun eventually goes down, and it's shaded over there pretty well. But for the most part, though, yeah, it is right in the sun, and it's warm for a good portion. But there's a lot of cool off spots too. So, and I'm sure the Rangers, since they have so much more money than a regular minor league team, they probably have all that taken care of with their new stadium. Which I haven't been there either, but yeah, but that'd be fun. No, I'm trying to think. This year we actually are going to go see the Giants play against the Raiders in Las Vegas in November, so that will be nice. We're going to go down there.
Should be nice.
Yeah, Raiders. That's another stadium where it might be a little sketchy being there with an opposing team, outfit on. Last year we went and saw the Cardinals play there against the Raiders, and I mean I don't really care for either team, but my mother-in-law was rooting for the Cardinals, right? So she had her Cardinals gear on, but nobody really said anything. Everybody was pretty chill. But I do think that in some of those stadiums, it's like if you get it's like the people who sit like right down behind the goalpost for like Raiders fans. Or people who just get like too drunk and belligerent, that's the ones you got to worry about. Um,
Uh,
yeah, I've seen fights and all kinds of stuff. You know, last year one of the people got arrested there for like popping champagne and spraying it. I think it was like spraying it on a player or something like that. So that was pretty silly. Um,
well,
yeah, but let me see here. So we got the Texans today, which I had to look and see who they play because I remember seeing it. But let's see here, Texans. Let me see who they play today. And then we also have the Giants playing as well. So the Houston Texans start out at Baltimore with a rookie quarterback. Baltimore is loaded because they have Lamar Jackson and they have Odell now, and they got a new receiver in the draft. So I don't know how their defense is looking, but I mean they're playing a rookie quarterback today, so they should win that game. Uh, Houston with the C.J. Stroud, a rookie out of Ohio State. Um, and they're trying to build something new. They have D'Amico Ryans, who was a former great player for them. He's a really good defensive coach. So hopefully they'll do all right. But
mm-hmm.
yeah, that's an early game today. They play at 11 my time, and then the Giants play tonight on Sunday Night Football versus the Cowboys. The game is in New York. Boy, this is one of those games that I wish I had an opportunity to go to New York to see a rivalry game. Um, you know, that would be nice. Excuse me. And I think they got a shot, man. The Giants, from what I know, they've restocked their offense with better weapons for the quarterback. The defense looks strong, you know, with a lot more improved skill players. So I think they have a really good chance to play very well and hopefully
That's
beat these
cool.
Cowboys tonight. So yeah, but
We gonna
as
see.
far as as far as the season, I see Houston improving from what they did last year. I think they had 2 wins last year, so I think they'll have at least 4 wins this year once the kid figures it out. The Giants, they made the playoffs last year. I can see them doing the same thing if they play well enough. But Philadelphia is scary good still. Dallas is still good, and Washington got better. So, so it's going to be a tough division.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
yeah. And New Orleans, honestly, Jay, I think New Orleans is probably in the easiest division in all of football this year.
We'll see. We'll
I
see.
mean, the
We'll see.
only team for them I would worry about is the Falcons, and the Falcons have a second-year quarterback. Um, the Carolina Panthers have a rookie, um, and then the Bucks. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they have Baker Mayfield. Man, y'all should cakewalk that. Y'all should win every game in division, man.
Don't say that because
I mean,
every
you
time
should. That's
we
not
should.
will, but you should.
Yeah, we should. But
Mhm.
you know, we love injuries, so
Man, you talk about it, man. My Giants, boy, they have had an injury bug probably like the last 5 or 6 years.
yeah.
So this year,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully, unless you're a Cowboys fan or an Eagles fan, hopefully your team does well um, today. Oh man. Yeah. What else? What you got? What you got? I guess that would have been my question of the day. I know we have a couple
Oh,
voicemails.
question. You want to go into voicemails? Maybe we get
Yeah.
something out of that. All right.
Yeah,
Let's
for sure.
see.
Yeah. Well, the football thing was basically my question of the day. How do you think your team's going to do this
Oh,
year? So, yeah. So,
uh, I'm gonna be in the middle of the road and say okay because I don't like to get my hopes up and
yeah,
then I get disappointed. So
yeah.
we're gonna
Be
see.
like
We're gonna see.
cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna see however many games I could catch on the TV. I don't have
Mhm.
a NFL pass or anything. What do you call that? Whatever it
League
is,
pass.
league
Yeah.
pass. There you go. All right, people. 3853 BLAKPC is where you could give us a little call, and we have a suspected spam caller calling us straight from Memphis. Uh, confirm it's not spam. I don't know why it listed her as spam.
She's called before, so
yeah, quite a few times. So let's go into this first caller from the correspondent, the diva of Memphis. Here we go.
What up, what up, what up? It's Memphis Diva 99. I'm sitting here looking at the Wu-tang series on Hulu. And y'all, it is really good. So it has like 3 seasons, so I'm going to watch it all. Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking, what is a city in which you would never live in? The city I would never live in is Chicago. The end. No, I will not. And I'm just so tickled. Social media is just doing too much. So I'm looking at Krishan Rock and Blueface, and he calling her all types of bitches, and she done named the baby after her. It's just quite interesting. Good stuff for a novel, though. I'll be, making notes. But other than that, I'll call you back later because Wu-Tang Clan's gonna come on. So I will call you guys later. I hope y'all behaving.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Bye-bye.
All right, man. Ooh. What city you not living in? What you trying not to live in?
Man, there's a couple of them. One that I would not want to live in is Provo, Utah, because that is the home, the main hotbed home of, I don't know. It's just a place you don't want to live. Let's just say that. I'll also say Detroit. Like, I wouldn't necessarily want to live in Detroit or anywhere around that area. It just never really appealed to me.
Yeah. I could agree with Detroit. Yeah, I never really thought about that. Detroit, Vidor, Texas. Don't want to live there.
That's on the list for sure.
As well as a whole bunch of other lists of sundown towns. Wow. Never want to live in. That's an interesting question because never really thought about it like that.
Yeah. What city you would not want to live in?
Not want to live in. It would probably be somewhere where there's like a big influx of how should I word this? Racist? There you go. Racist. There you go. I don't want to end up on being like hunted down because I'm the only brother in the area.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about it. I could say I don't want to move back to my hometown if that's what if that'll count.
Yeah. I thought I saw that they were getting a Whataburger.
Where?
In Lafayette. I mean, in Opelousas.
Really? I might have saw it.
It's getting a new Whataburger now.
The crazy thing is, last time I've been, it's getting bigger because it's there's jobs coming there, but it's jobs on the lower level of pay scale. So it's I still wouldn't want to move there. I mean, like further up the road down the highway, you got Lafayette. That place is booming. That's, and then of course like 30 minutes, 45 minutes from Baton Rouge, and then of course up the road a little bit you got New Orleans, and then it's like so it's busy, but I ain't trying to.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know.
Yeah, man, the list of sundown towns, you're definitely right about that. Lots of places there I would not want to move to. One place that I lost the appeal in college after I dated a couple of girls from this state and this city specifically, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I remember you saying that.
For me, when I was in school, or I guess after I dated those girls, I was like, you know what, man, I don't want to ever date a girl from New Mexico again. And thankfully I didn't. I just went a little further northwest, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah, but nah, New Mexico is, yeah, nah, forget it. It's like Santa Fe is a beautiful city to visit,
Hmm.
but as far as living there or Albuquerque or the other big city, which is Las Cruces, I think there's only three big towns there. Um, yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm
So
good.
what about the flip side? What city would you want to live in?
Oh man, I mean, shoot, I've always wanted to live in the New York area, even though it's like busy and big and all that stuff. That I love being in the city. So
Mm,
yeah, I would love to live there. A place like Miami, um, or Orlando, something like that where there's like fun and big attractions. I would love to live there. Now, except for like during, like storm
hurricane
season,
season, yeah.
right?
Yep.
Um, if I could stay on the resort forever, a place like Negril, Jamaica,
Right.
also, but also not for the same reason, as well. Um, yeah, man. San Antonio, I'd love that. Fort Worth, I would always go back. I miss that area. Um, Denver is a really nice city, really pretty there. Trying to think. Seattle, boy,
Yeah.
Seattle is so nice. Even though I'm sure I know the people that live there, or from people who've lived there said, it's like cloudy a lot and rainy, for a portion of the year,
Yeah.
which is true. It's just so green. The seafood is fresh. Uh, it's just really nice. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed my time visiting there. What about you, man?
Uh, Tokyo has always been the number one on my list.
Yeah, and I was just thinking U.S. For some reason I wasn't even
Yeah, I
thinking
mean,
outside. Yeah,
yeah, it's all good. Yeah, within the
Tokyo.
U.S., I'd probably have to echo that Miami area. Um, there's like a small part of me that wanted to live in Atlanta. I have friends in that area.
Hmm.
Uh, visited. We visited Asheville, North Carolina. That's where my sister-in-law
Hmm.
stays, and it's real nice up there. Like scenery
Yeah.
wise, it's real nice. I don't know about everything else, but just being in the mountains and stuff, and
Hmm. Yeah.
looking at all the scenery, that was real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York has always intrigued me, but then at the same time, I don't feel like paying like an arm and a leg to live in a shoebox.
Yeah.
Uh, the whole LA scene is is something that I thought about,
Hmm.
as well as like places like San Francisco or Bay Area. But then again, it's very there's some things I like and don't like when I hear about that area. Uh,
Hmm.
Seattle, of course, you know, for some reason I want to visit like the Dakota areas, like
Yeah.
North Dakota, South Dakota, those areas like that, just to see the scenery,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
all that stuff. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, I know what you mean. Uh, I think the Dakotas there's mountains, but there's also a lot of plains. I can't remember. I'll tell you one place that was beautiful that I would love to visit again, just to like take a trip up, is Yellowstone National Park.
mm,
Um, and I also want to go. What's the other one? It's not Yellowstone. There's another one in California. I can't think of it right now. Um, but yeah, Yellowstone was beautiful. Uh, and I mean, at the time we went, we didn't see like any bears on the road. We did see, a bunch of deer and elk, and
mm-hmm.
we saw, tons of bison. But and thankfully we weren't, those people who are like walking out trying to like get a selfie with them right behind us because we're not that stupid.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, it was beautiful. We stayed in the Montana area, West Yellowstone, a little town up there. I don't know, man. There's some about the area is just like, it's just fascinating, all the things you could see up there. And if you
mm-hmm.
watch the TV show Yellowstone, then, you probably see a lot of that.
Yeah,
Or if or if you even just like looking at any photos of all of the hot springs and stuff they have, it's just a really cool area. Um, Portland was interesting though. We visited Portland on our way to Seattle, right? So we never really stopped. We never really stayed there, but we stopped for food and drove through a little bit, and it was cool. But I'll tell you one thing that's interesting. So the time we went to Seattle, we got to San Francisco area. We drove on to the other side of the bridge, the north side of the bridge, and we stayed in a town called Marin up there. It's just on the other side of the bridge. There's a little town there called Sausalito. That would be a beautiful place to live in, just because it's right in the bay. There's a lot of fun stuff to do, and it's a small town, even though now it's probably a lot bigger. And then when we got in the car the next day to start going north, we didn't really have like a place where we're going to stop and stay. We're just going to drive until we get tired, and then we'll find the nearest town and a hotel, whatever, which is what we did. But that whole coastline from just north of San Francisco all the way up from basically from there to Seattle, even though we kicked back over when we got into Oregon, back to the interstate to just try to get there, faster the next day. But that whole coastline, the northern Pacific coastline right there, is so beautiful. So beautiful. Lots of hills, lots of mountains, coastal waters. The stuff you see from the Goonies, like the rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
The town from the Goonies is right up there.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my coworkers is actually from that town, randomly. But yeah, man, it's so beautiful up there. It's just different. It's nice. It'd be something to go and maybe have like a summer house.
Yeah,
like
that would be nice, man. That would be real nice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And actually, my wife's aunt and uncle have a house up there in Brookings, Oregon. It's like a little tiny town on the other side, just like on the southern border of Oregon. So we need to go visit them again.
Cool.
That's all I got.
Sounds good. All right, let's see.
Good question, Kayla. Good question.
Yeah. Oh, okay, let's see what we got on the next. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Bullets be frying in the kitchen and cars be on fire in the ditches. We lucky we got them. Bum, 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 bum. Memphis time.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, y'all, this Memphis Diva, 99, and I'm looking at Wu-tang, the American stock. Y'all, it's so good. But anyway, so they're going to close the Nike store down here in some part of Tennessee because $200,000 of merchandise got stolen, and then $400,000 got stolen from a trailer from the train tracks here. So,
dang.
Yeah, we can't have nothing. And then little baby at a concert at the FedEx Forum, and a gun got in there, and somebody got shot. And I'm trying to figure out how they get a gun in FedEx Forum.
Yeah.
Because when I go to any concerts, they can see everything in my purse, but they don't never say nothing because I don't have no gun. Like, I be having my little snacks and stuff. The lady be laughing. I be like, I'm a diabetic. But anyway, how y'all doing? Me and Nicholas, we doing fine. Yeah, that's what my injury is. His name is Nicholas, and we doing fine. Other than that, that's all I call to tell y'all. I'm still hobbling. Yep, like a little old lady. And my mother wants me to use her walker thing with wheels on it, but I will not. All right. What y'all been doing?
Oh, man. Got to get that little walker with the little tennis balls on the front.
Yeah.
Man, oh, man.
That's wild. That's wild. Hopefully she recovered from that knee injury soon, man. That's wild.
I know those knee injuries. Yeah. You watched the Wu-Tang series? Or
I haven't. I have not had a chance to watch that. Was that on Netflix?
It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu. Okay. Yeah, we watched the first 2 seasons. It was real good. It's pretty good. Yeah. Kind of chronicles the beginning and middle, I guess, the guys on there come up, so everything they did. So it was it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. We'll definitely have to check it out. I have so many dang movies and TV shows on my list. Like, my lists are just long. So I'll just add it to the list. I'll get to it to
the ever-growing list. I totally understand, man.
Yeah.
Totally understand.
I just the time when I have an opportunity to sit down and watch a show is like time for me to go to bed.
Yeah, the crazy
And
time is I
yeah,
get to watch is when like 5 o'clock in the morning. That's when I wake up.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
get my little TV shows in during that time.
yeah, yeah. That's wild. Yeah, man. Maybe that's when I should get up. Maybe I should do that. I should wake up at 5, go to the gym, watch a show while I'm at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Like doing the treadmill or something like that, and then come back. But that means I'd have to go to bed like an hour earlier at night. I don't know, man. It's just like, yeah, sometimes you burn the candle at both ends. You heard that saying before.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and you don't have any like reprieve in the middle to do
Mm-hmm.
anything. I so with my company, the Hooks, Rubs and Spices, you've been helping me work on these labels and stuff like that. And yeah, man, it's like just like last week when we talked, I was like, okay, I have this list of stuff I need to get you. I know I need to get it to you, or 2 weeks ago. It's like I know I need to get you. I'm gonna try to get it to you by Wednesday. You know, Teenagers, first week of high school, work
Yeah.
life, everything like got in the way, literally that whole week. And so that didn't happen until the following weekend, right? To
Yeah.
get you all that info. And then even some info I just got you last night. But it's hard. I don't want to. I don't want a pity party at all. But it's hard to be like basically like a one man show. For the business itself, because not only am I trying to develop new products and get stuff designed and packaging for them, which is a whole different ball game outside of just the labels. You got to find the right bottles, you got to find the right lids, you got to find the price of all of those, you got to find the packaging just to ship those things in
Mm-hmm.
order so they don't break, right?
Right.
Or melt or whatever. And then then some of this other stuff that I'm trying to bring out, that's a whole different ball game to package and produce and than anything that I've ever done before. So it's a whole new process I'm learning. It's a whole new different group of companies that I have to reach out to try to get that like sort of designed and even in a place where I can say, okay, I want to go this direction or not, right? So all that. And then, of course, there's just running the regular website, shipping,
Right.
all this other stuff,
Right.
trying to get new stores, trying to do like little events with stores if that opportunity presents itself. And then, I got a family. I got a
Of
nine to
course.
five,
It's a lot.
which I've said before. I'm highly thankful that my 9 to 5, allows for me to uh, work from home. And, that does give me a tiny bit of more flexibility of, working on my business at the same time, working my 9 to 5, but still
Mm-hmm.
it's like, it's a lot of stuff. And then, oh yeah, you have a family, you have a wife and kids, you gotta, just maintain those relationships. You got school, you got
Yeah.
activities, you
Yeah.
got to cook food for the family. Like there's so many things that pop up.
It's a
And
lot,
then
man.
then at some point in time you just were like, I just want to lay down and go to sleep, you know, or
Yeah.
hang out,
Oh
and
man.
and sometimes those hangout periods, like hangout periods with the family, you know, I will have like 500 things going on up here, you know, while we're doing stuff. But
Yep. I
yeah.
totally understand that, man. I tell you,
Hmm.
we had finally got some rain here in Texas like 2 nights ago,
Hmm.
and I wake up yesterday morning to an AC that doesn't work.
Oh man.
That just say, "Hey, well, we knew it was getting old. Our AC
Hmm.
guy says it could go at any time. Hey,
Hmm.
well, guess what? It decided to take a kaput
Yeah.
yesterday morning sometime, and then of course I go outside. What do I have hanging on top of my house? Few huge limbs that fell
Dang.
because there's crazy wind blowing through.
Hmm.
So I got to get that taken care of. Got to unfortunately buy a brand new AC system
Dang.
Tuesday, so they're gonna come in and install that. And thankfully, like you said, I got a 9 to 5 that pays
Hmm.
these bills. That I'm like clinking on to and I'm holding on too tight. You know.
Yeah.
and it's rough, man. Everybody. My wife's birthday was Friday, so
Yep.
it's like,
Happy belated birthday to her.
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, a lot of things just started building up yesterday, and I'm just like, crap.
Mhm.
So I had to like
Yeah.
take some moments to like decompress, you know, just be by myself, because I was like, my stress level was like at the boiling point, man.
Yeah.
I was about to
It's
lose it,
crazy.
but you know, today is okay so
Yeah.
far. So far,
That's
okay.
good.
So we're gonna
Yeah,
see.
man. It's just one of them. It's one of them things, man. It's like there's a lot of stuff. I personally, I love lists, but I'm not good at making them. You know what I'm
Mhm.
trying to say? You
Yeah,
know,
that's my wife.
yeah, and I'm not good at, asking for help. When it comes
Likewise.
to me getting, over me like stacking all this stuff on top of myself, I'm not good at asking for help.
Hmm.
I need to be, better about that. And I've asked my wife to help me, source some stuff or find some stuff or help me with bookkeeping and stuff like that. Asked my kids to help me with inventorying, and I'm like, dude, if y'all help me inventory, I'll pay you, like, well, like, I don't know, whatever the minimum wage is. I'll pay you for 1 hour, even though it's going to take you 5 minutes to do it. I'll pay you 1 hour,
Right.
just for that. It's like an easy, free, what, $8 or whatever it is. So, I don't know, man. I've asked for that stuff, but when it's your, in this case, when it's your company, in your case, if it's your project, whatever it is, the type of people we are, we're taking complete ownership of it.
Right.
And we feel like if we, I don't know, this is the way I am though. I feel like a lot of things, if I'm not the one at least overseeing it, then I'm not sure it's going to get done the way I want it to.
Yeah. Yep.
So
That's exactly how I am at work. If I see something going on, it's like I'll put everything on my plate just to make sure it all gets done right.
hmm yeah,
Because if I leave it to one of my other coworkers, I'm like kind of iffy on if they're gonna keep
yeah,
everything
if they're gonna do it.
consistent, keep everything
Yeah,
consistently looking the same, and
yeah,
so it's one of those things where I need to learn to trust other people in doing
yeah,
handling their load and their workload. But
yeah.
yeah, I know what you're saying.
This is true, man. So I tell you what. So it was probably about, was it a year ago? Maybe it was about a year ago, maybe a little less than a year ago. I had a new ambassador come on and join the Hooks Rub family,
Hmm.
and she told me she had a difficult time navigating the website to a few different things, and she's like, you know what? Same type of thing was with my website, and then I just went on Fiverr or something like that and found somebody to just clean it up for me and get it nice and tight.
Mm.
And she's like, you know what? I mean, it was a couple $100 to get it done, but now everything flows perfectly, right? And the lady's name is Nicole. She runs Golden Grace, uh, Golden Grace Kitchen is the
Hmm.
Instagram,
Right.
and yeah, she's actually down in Florida, and she married a brother who used to play basketball at Baylor back in the day.
Oh, okay, that's
So
cool.
I was just like, Baylor, but no, she's nice. Her family is nice. So, um, yeah, man. But she told me that she's like, that's some advice I can give you right now, straight up. And it was I can't remember what you call it. Like, she didn't have to tell me that, but after that I was like, dang, you're right. So I personally went in and cleaned up a little bit of stuff, but there's still like every now and then people are just like, I didn't know where to find this or that. And so this is the thing, like, just like you said, it's, you have to just sort of figure out how to learn how to trust other people to do stuff for you or help you with stuff. That's the thing. I need to find someone that can do that. So the website I have my store on is hosted by Shopify. The good thing about them is they literally have tons of companies that will
Hmm.
charge you a flat rate to do whatever you want on your
Hmm.
website. Mine, I need to change the theme of it because the theme that I use is no longer like constantly supported and updated. I need you to change the theme. When changing the theme, though, I think you have to transport all of the links, all of the photos, everything has to be transported to the new stream, the new thing, and I just don't have time for that. But I would love to have that ready to go for when I launch these new products at the end of October, right? So there's a couple companies I just need to hop on there, bite the bullet, and pay the $100, $200, whatever it is, because that's like an investment that will go a long way. And I probably lost some sales just because people didn't know where to find, everything. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
But yeah, it's just that thing of hiring out somebody to do it. Like in your case, thankfully you have coworkers or other people that can, potentially help you create the end product that you're trying to get. With me, it's just me. I can't necessarily hire my kids to do a couple of things like that. But I've heard this so many times now from like business podcasts and books and stuff like that, that you need to hire out some stuff because you can't do it all. And I don't know why I keep fighting that, but I just have to do it.
Yeah.
Just have to do it.
I got you, man. I know.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. So I'm gonna say, how's your eBay going? Selling all your stuff?
I did. I made a nice little sale this past week. Went to the, drop some stuff off at the post office Friday, and then of course, what happened? I remembered I had a ton of stuff in storage, like in our storage unit, that my mother-in-law gave to us, and this is like stuff way back from like whole bunch of collectible stuff from like Germany and Spain from the 70s and stuff like that. So I started going through there, taking pictures. I'm going to list it up on eBay eventually, but man, it's like taking multiple pictures and just trying to create an accurate description of each item. It's taking a long time. And then there's like a lot of stuff from like Germany. She has like little small porcelain type things that I need to find actual names for, because there's no company name on it or anything like that. But these things are like way from the 70s and stuff like that. So I'm sure I'm not going to get like a ton of money from it, but just to put it up there, just to get it out of our space. Yeah, that's what I'm working on now as far as the eBay stuff goes.
That's cool. It'd be interesting if you could go to like some kind of antique shop or some kind of collectible shop in the area, just like they do on those Storage Wars TV show. Yeah. And they say, hey, I want to know what the value of this is. I want to know about it. Sometimes there's places that know what it is. Sometimes people don't know. But yeah, that's cool. There's like a little porcelain thing. My wife has like, several porcelain like figurines and stuff that are similar, that her mom or her grandparents collected or she got from them, whatever it is. And she just sort of has them in boxes right now. She used to display them, but she has them in boxes. But it's like the same type of thing. There's value to those, but unless you know the name behind them and stuff like that, it's hard to try to list them. I know that. I don't know, man. I'll say this: like, this is a really good time to have some of those things listed because every year is like the holiday season, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
And so I mean, if you think about it from the fact that what season, what time of year we're in, I think I don't know. I've seen the trends that like if you add stuff like that to your to your eBay store or whatever platform you're trying to sell on, it gets a lot of traffic. That's not going to say it's going to get a sale, but per se, but it's going to get traffic because that's when it is probably more sought after. Like Halloween stuff is more sought after in like, August, September, October, rather than like, January. Like nobody looked for Halloween stuff in January, So yeah, man. Well, good luck with that. It's a grind, but it can be a good and lucrative grind if you find the right stuff.
Yeah. I'll see, man. It's that's what I'm probably gonna be doing majority of the day today is taking pictures and trying to log as much as I can and
Yeah.
find information, man. But it's like I mean, I could see this being for like those sellers on eBay that have like these stores and stuff. It's a tough little business. I say a tough task of logging everything and making sure all your products are in sync, you know, that they have the correct information.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's true. It's a grind, but yeah, it could be a really good grind. So yeah, man. Trying to think. I thought I had another question, but I forgot. I will say this: I'll be out of town next week. I'm traveling to an event for work, another sneaker con event. So that should be pretty dope. But yeah, I will be out of town. So for those of y'all watching, we will probably, not have a show next weekend. We'll have it the following weekend, though. We'll be back.
Yeah.
I'll show you my boxes and boxes of sneakers.
Oh yeah, I gotta see them new Jordans, the new dunks you get, or whatever, them new Shaqs.
Some new Shaq. Boy, if they have some Ewings there, I might buy them. Even though I know you can buy Ewings on the website. I used to have Ewings back in the day. They used to be my favorite players. So,
You see, I think I remember Bo Jackson had some shoes way back in the day that I used to love. I forgot. Was it Bo Jackson? I think it was Bo. It was Bo Jackson back in like the 90s. Those shoes were like so cool.
Yeah.
So dope to me.
Them Bo Jacksons.
Bo Jacksons.
No.
Yeah. Air Max trainers. That's what they were.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that, man. People used to love them trainers, man. If you could find them now, they will fetch a pretty penny on, like eBay or other sneaker websites, but they got to be clean and new pretty much. So just hard to find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Anyway, what else we got?
Man, I can't think of. I wanted to add something and I completely forgot what it was, and I cannot remember. And I apologize, people. Old age does that to me.
Apologize.
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember.
Yeah. All good. Yeah, man. I'm excited. Oh, okay. So this thing. So if anybody is in the market to get a bunch of free barbecue stuff, right? It's not guaranteed, but it's a possibility. If you go to hooksrub.com, there is an image. If you scroll down just a tiny bit on the web on the main homepage, there's an image there to enter a giveaway that we have partnered with several other brands. To to give away. So Hooks, Rubs, and Spices is giving away some seasoning, t-shirt combination. There's another company called Grab 'Em in the Brisket, who's a podcast, which I was on a few weeks back. They're giving away some of their swag. There's another
whiskey.
couple of companies. Yeah, whiskey from Curveball Whiskey, Heifer, Hog, and Hen, which is actually a Fort Worth company. They're giving away like a big box of meat. ThermalWorks, which is one of my thermometer, companies, or my thermometer company. They're giving away some thermometers. The main guy is Smoker Builder, or this guy named Smoker Builder, or you can go to his website, which is smokerplans.net. The link is on there as well. That's the main location to actually enter. He's giving away a full drum smoker, which is like a charcoal smoker. And then there's Grill Your Ass Off, which is another seasoning company. They're giving away a lot of stuff. But this is like $2,300+ worth of stuff. Like it's pretty massive.
Yeah.
And it's free to enter. I think you can enter up to 125 times, something crazy like that. Last I saw the other day, I think there were like 67,000 entries, but you could be one of them. It just takes one pluck to pull your name out the hat.
Yeah.
So I'd say enter if you can.
Yeah. I have so far 48 entries. Trying to see what else I could Subscribe. Oh yeah, I could enter your secret code. I don't know what the secret code means, but
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. But I'll say this though. I'll say this. It's dope. Oh yeah, Jealous Devil charcoal. I use that stuff. It's like amazing charcoal. So I would say this, man. If y'all have an opportunity to enter, go ahead and enter. It would definitely be worth your while because there's a lot of great products in there. And also, I'll be getting one of those drum smokers. One of them is in the mail to me. So
oh
I'll be
cool.
doing like some YouTube. I'll be doing a bunch of YouTube stuff on them, and or Instagram stuff, on them. Um,
Is
Called
that
the Super
the?
55-gallon drum.
Oh, that's the one. I'm looking at it right now as you say it.
Yeah,
That looks
yeah,
pretty. Looks pretty good, man. That
it's pretty dope.
is that gonna be added to the collection? The
Yeah,
smokers in your
yeah.
backyard,
It's gonna be added to the
man.
collection. There's one I need to sell. That's a pellet grill that I
Uh,
got for free from a company a few years back that actually worked really well. I just sort of moved on from using it. I
yeah.
need to sell that one. But outside of that, yeah, it's gonna be added to the rest of the
Sure.
collection.
How much you want to sell it for? Would you ship it?
I mean, I'll sell it to you for free. We just got to figure out how
Or
much it costs to ship. So
how was the dimensions of it? Like, I guess how big is
it's
it?
so those Weber kettles, like the round ones, like 22 inches wide.
Yeah, yeah. I have one in the
So
back. Yeah.
so that is like the wide width, I believe. And then
Okay.
there's like a base of legs that go under it, and it
Okay.
comes on wheels. But yeah, it's a pellet grill. It's just like a pellet, regular grill. Um, yeah, man. If we want to figure out how much it costs to ship it,
Yeah,
I could
man.
talk to you
Just
about that. I get a big box and throw it in there.
yeah, just let me know, and I'll send you some money for shipping and handling.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. We got us a
Boom,
deal.
sales right on the online on the podcast.
My wife will be super happy
I'm
about
sure she
that.
will. More
She'd be
space in
like,
the
one
backyard.
less thing to get. Yeah, yeah. And it works
It's
really
like
well.
it's like you get rid of one, then you get two more.
Exactly. That's the plan. That's the plan. One day I definitely want to get one on a trailer. And
Yeah.
this guy that does these smokers, he builds like full on trailers. He's like the preeminent smoker builder because he taught so many people that you will see a barbecue, like a smoker, like the
Hmm.
huge smokers. There's so many of them, and then so many of the ones that do like the old oil drum smokers. Um, he taught them how to build the product, right?
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
and then he sells parts, he sells plans, and allows you to be a builder for yourself. But he's taught so many people and has been in this industry for a long time. And he actually gave me a lot of good advice, when I had an opportunity to chat with him, for a while. So he's just somebody who's, there's people in certain industries that are all about giving back and, not requiring much or anything in return.
That's
And
cool.
he's that type of person. So it's
That's good.
nice. Yeah. So I'll figure out like the shipping situation. I'll let you know.
Cool.
What else I was gonna say? Let's see here. Oh, have you read any good books lately or listened to any good books?
Actually, reading two pretty good books now.
Yeah.
I reread Autobiography of Malcolm X. Finished that again. It hits a little different in your 40s than when you were like in your late teens, early 20s.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I reread that. Currently reading this book called Shibumi, which is
Shabumi.
yeah, it's kind of like a spy type
Hmm.
book. I mean, not really like a self-help book or anything like that.
Hmm.
That and then reading this other book, novel called Conan. Shucks, I forgot the rest of the book. It's over here somewhere. I got so
Hmm.
many books that I'm behind on, but
Shabumi.
Shibumi's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
good.
cool.
Yeah, what you got?
Yeah. So this is in connection to the business thing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
and talking to the smoker builder guy, he was just like, "Hey man, let me put you up on some game." And so he told me about a couple of books that are great for small businesses. Has been great for him. And then you could sort of see this model if you look at other companies and sort of how they have grown from being like a small unknown to eventually maybe selling their business or getting big. This book is called 12 Months to $1 Million. 12
Yeah, I
months to
think you
$1
mentioned
million.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, I've been reading through that or listening to that. I think I can't remember, it's like a 6 hour listen. And I think I only have like about an hour left. But man, there's so many things I've like bookmarked so many times in this book. I'm like, I should be doing that. I should do that. Oh, that sounds like a cool idea. And I started to implement some of it. There was another
That's
one
cool.
called, I think there's another one called like $1 Million Offers or something like that. And it's basically ways to offer your customers, give your customers an offer they can't refuse or something like that. I've just literally barely started it, like 20 minutes in. So, but I'm going to finish the $1 million, the 12 months to $1 million first. Um,
Yeah,
just to
that's
find that.
cool.
But I'll tell you what though. So on Facebook, I started this group. It's called like marinades and sauces, something like that.
Hmm.
Um, and so as a part of the 12 months to $1 million book, they're just like, hey, one way or one of the most effective ways to launch a product is to have like a private, like maybe like a private Facebook group, like a group like that you can start, you can have friends, you can have family, you can have random people in there, but a group like that where you give people sort of like a behind the scenes look at the whole production process.
Right.
You don't have to give everybody the full keys, but you can just say, hey, come for a ride with me, and check out,
Hmm.
what the bottle looks like, what kind of sauce is coming, maybe a picture of it, something like that. And so
Yeah.
this sort of builds the psychology behind it, I guess, is for it to build, sort of like a mini buzz. And
Hmm.
hopefully those people are like some of your first buyers. You
Right.
want all of them to be your first buyers, but hopefully those people are. And then you grow that group by them sharing it with a friend or inviting somebody else, and then people just learning. And so, when you get to that first product that you're trying to launch, you
Hmm.
have like, you have a group of people who've been watching the journey, who've been invested and interested, and hopefully that leads to them being like a first purchaser, and then
Right.
they'll share about it. Then hopefully there are other people, and then they'll come back for more, because when you start developing and launch the next product and the next product and the next product, whatever it is,
Hmm.
that's going to be like your sort of core group, that
Right.
has sort of been there along the way. Um, and so, he talks about in the book, they talk about a few different companies, which you've heard of, that started in a similar way. Um, and then eventually they sold for like $600 million or crazy
Wow.
amounts like that, like Cliff Bar,
Oh,
like
yeah. Yeah.
Quest,
Yeah.
like the Quest workout bar, like several, like, supplements, like several, like several different random products from around uh, the globe. So it's a cool process, and I don't know, man, being from where we're from, like from the South, especially like in the barbecue game, but you know, really from like where we are, there's a whole lot of this. Don't give everybody any of your secrets, because they're gonna
Yeah.
steal it all.
Yeah.
Being black,
Yeah. Unfortunately, that happens with our own folks.
we've gotten colonized by our own folks and others, right? But I do believe that there's something into brand building,
Uh,
which I don't necessarily like the word brand per se, but like building up your brand and showing, your process, that
uh,
helps people. And I've done this before too. I've been super interested in a product when I sort of said, "Oh, you're making this? Oh, that's cool. Oh, you're showing me like, what the package looks like, or you showing me what the label or whatever it is." It's pretty dope to go through that process. So yeah, so
yeah.
I can't remember the name, but it's like sauces and marinades, you know, seasoning sauces and marinades by Hooks, Rubs, and Spices, something like that.
Right.
Um, that's free to join. You can become a part of the group. You just got to answer a couple of questions, which are super easy to answer, unless you were grandfathered in, like Jay
Ha.
was. You answer
Yeah.
a couple questions, boom, you're in the group, and you get to learn, and you get to be some of the first people to find out when the product drops, which
Yeah.
I'm going through a few different iterations of how I want to drop that. So yeah.
That's right.
I got to film a video, a commercial soon. So
that should be fun, man. Get your little people there to be in your commercial. It could be pretty funny. You could do it like that Sunny Delight commercial.
What's that?
When the kids all run in the fridge and they're looking for something in there, and the little black boy sees the purple stuff, and then all the other kids want the Sunny D. It's
Sunny D.
I want that hooks.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Man, it would have been better. It would have been like more. I guess the ages would have been like closer if I'd have done that commercial when my kids were younger. But yeah, now they're a little older. They'll still do it. They'll just have a little bit deeper voices. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh goodness. Don't talk to me about deep voices. My kids, my oldest is oof.
Yeah.
His voice is getting super deep. Even when he sneezes, man, it's coughs. It just sounds like grown man voice.
Yeah.
Scary.
Man.
It is scary.
Just wait till he starts shaving that little peach fuzz they start getting. Just wait till he starts shaving, man.
Oh man, he already has a peach fuzz. He has some in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son started shaving it was like right after his last birthday, so like not quite a year ago. And yeah, we got him this one little thing. I think it was, I can't remember what company it's by. Maybe it's Norelco or something, but it's one of those. It looks like a mini version of clippers, but it's wet dry, so you can use it as a razor. It gets that close, or you can use it as clippers. So yeah, he touches himself up, every now and then. It's weird, man. It's weird. Anyway, well, do you think of your question?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, on that note.
All right, people. You know what it is. Twitter, or now that they call it X. Hit us up on X, Instagram, #Blackout Pod. Check us out on your favorite podcast streaming service. Join us here Sunday mornings. We'll let you know when we do Sunday mornings on YouTube. Subscribe and then hit that little notification bell. That way you know when we're on.
That's right.
Then hit us up. Email #blackoutpod@gmail.com.
That's right.
And if you want to, give us a little ring-a-ling, 385-3BLAKPC or 385-325-2572. Hit up hooksrub.com. Get yourself some hooks. Scroll to the middle of the page and enter into that drawing, that contest, that little sweepstakes. And you could have a chance to win a bunch of goodies, a whole bunch of goodies. Bunch of goodies. You could sip on whiskey and wear your swag while you're grilling outside and using up all your seasonings and sauces and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yep. For free 90 free. That's all it costs.
Free 90 free. That's it.
Free 90 free.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, people, I guess we are blacking out.
We are outie.
In stream.